Coach, you guys finished the Kathleen Braswell Invitational the last weekend, not this past one, and you guys took just one loss, and then you go into this weekend and you absolutely sweep the entire event. How does that make you feel, kind of just going into the next games coming up?
Well, it was good. It was a good trip. We played 5 matches on the road. We play a lot of matches on the road coming up. We're not home until mid-October, I think. So it was a good start to that long stretch, but we played some good teams on the road in their houses, and we played pretty well. So I was very, very pleased with that.
What have you seen from the leadership from players like Evelyn Torres and others that just continue to get the girls to play the best way in the best way possible every single game?
Yeah, I think Evelyn and Callie and Jaden, those are our 3 captains. They keep us grounded, they keep us steady and focused on things, especially, on a trip, where you're not home for a whole week. And, they've been through it, they know what it's like to compete. They know what it's like to be on these trips, and so it's nice to have that steady factor. They're going to hold people accountable. They're going to make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. They're going to let everybody know what it's supposed to be like. And I think they've done a pretty good job of that.
How do you feel about some of the big matches y'all got coming up with WT and I think Dallas Baptist maybe as well?
Yeah, our conference challenge is this week. We play Dallas Baptist first and WT second, Thursday, Friday. Those are really important matches. They don't count towards our conference standings, but they do matter when it comes to postseason and regionals and stuff like that. So just like the match against Mesa on Saturday. So we got to be ready to go. We're gone for a whole week. We've got to catch up on our classwork. We've got to make sure we're healthy. We've got to make sure we're doing the right things. So, but they're critical matches against 2 really good teams who played really well last weekend in Colorado. Also, they were at the Colorado Premier. WT won the whole thing, and Dallas Baptist won 3 out of their 4 matches against all ranked teams. Everybody was ranked. So they were playing at a high level. I think we're playing at a pretty high level. So I think it should be a pretty fun week.
I was going to ask too, just you had so many new girls coming together this year, just how you feel so far about the way things have kind of meshed together.
I think they get along great. They work hard for themselves. They work hard for each other. I don't think there's any issues there. I think that we have a lot of depth. We have a lot of competition in practice, which is great. So, but the girls get along great, and this trip was so much fun because they just enjoyed each other. We went rafting as well. We took our team whitewater rafting. We didn't lose anybody, which was great. Took them all out, brought them all back. But they had a great time. And so I think all those things, it's kind of what our program is about. It's just like, it's more than just the wins and losses. It's about the people, the experiences, the things that they get to do with each other, the memories they're going to take with them forever. Being stuck on the side of the road for 4 or 5 hours, that builds some memories too. So it was a good trip, and I think all the new players have meshed in well. The older players, kind of like you had asked earlier, they do a nice job of welcoming and kind of teaching them what it's like to be a Bell. And I think that's a staple of our program since day one.
These last few games, you guys have had outstanding offensive performances from Maddie Parrish and Sydney Thornton and others like that. But defensively, it really seems like you guys are swarming to the net. And I almost feel like every time I watch a clip now, I feel like it's 2 people at that net getting a block together. How do you guys get each other to rally on defense as well as you guys are?
Well, if you looked at the teams that we played, especially this past week, here's my team, how tall they are, and here's the other teams. It's like that with everybody. We're not going to out-physical anybody, so we have to outwork them. We have to rely on, keeping the ball alive, keeping it off the ground, and we play hard, and we play hard-nosed volleyball. I mean, that's just how we're built. And, I'm glad that you see that when you watch clips, because that's what you're supposed to see, But yeah, we're going to play hard. We're going to do everything we can to play good defense and give ourselves good looks. We dig a ball. We want to get good swings when we dig a ball. So that's kind of how we're designed.
Coach, in your season opener against Highlands, you had over 3,000 fans here. What was that like for you, just to be able to coach an environment like that?
Well, yeah, it was pretty crazy, pretty chaotic. We had close to 3,500 people in the gym. Most of them were 3rd through 5th graders, and they are the best fans. They scream at anything you put out there. They were all sugared up too. I appreciate the teachers and principals at the local schools for getting those kids here, and SISD, transportation for getting all those kids here, which was great. First Community and Candy were super supportive in helping make that, giving all those kids a t-shirt, which was awesome. I'm really, really thankful for their support and help. But it's a tough, man, it's like the other teams just don't know what to do because they've never experienced anything like that. Most people haven't, and we've been building this year by year, and last year I think we had close to just under 3,000. This year we had close to 3,500. The record in Division II for attendance for a single game is about 4,100, so we're inching closer to that, but it's a memory that our players will have forever. It's just an experience that's pretty unique to Angelo State, and it's a fun environment.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach.